Zhang Yunfan travels through parallel worlds, inheriting the dragon and tiger heavenly masters at the beginning and binding to the Taoist university system. At the beginning, a Taoist university was established, admitting 500 students. Compulsory courses. Refining Qi, Golden Light subdues demons, 5 Thunder correct technique, Dragon and Tiger mantra, Divine Sky sword technique elective courses. Daily treasure, Origami into Tiger, Merit volunteer, Sowing beans into soldiers, Immortal grass maintenance. The first lesson of enrollment is the Golden Light curse for all students. Zhang Yunfan, dressed in a purple robe, stood with his hands down and said, "Follow me and recite. Xuanzong of heaven and earth, the root of 10,000 qi, widely cultivate billions of tribulations, prove my divine abilities." Student on campus. I don't want to learn either, but he really taught me the 5 Thunder correct method. Dean, you said you took us as volunteers, but ended up taking us to work in Yizhuang. Classmates, that female ghost sucking on Yuanyang is a heinous crime. Please withdraw first and let me destroy her, Taoist. 4 years later, the zombie king's generals have revived and just opened the coffin. The next second, I saw hundreds of yellow robes standing at my grave, with thunderous palms. General. What? Help me cover the coffin board, thank you. On the main road, there are Taoist priests in yellow robes riding bicycles holding divine fire orders, chasing and killing zombies. The zombies run away overnight carrying coffins. In the West Lake of Hangzhou, female ghosts go boating, and there is also a yellow-robed Taoist riding a surfboard, attracting thunder from the sky to the mortal world. Thunder strikes evil and attracts countless passers-by to watch. The reporter opened a live broadcast and logged into the website of Dao Law School. When he saw the enrollment title, he exclaimed that it was outrageous. Enter the school and stack ingots, graduate in yellow robes. Revive our Taoist sect, wield swords and ascend to the blue sky. Countless netizens said, the school of Taoism and law is just a facade, this is clearly a cultivation academy. No, are you really cultivating immortals? Chapter 1. Dao Law School. It's a lie. You are listening at Novel Full. Audio. De Co Lois Ara Trong Quatrin Lay Text. A book with over 400 points in Chapter 2. You're teasing me. You are listening at Novel Full. Audio. De Co Lois Ara Trong Quatrin Lay Text. Chapter 3. This school also teaches folding ingots. You are listening at Novel Full. Audio. De Co Lois Ara Trong Quatrin Lay Text. Chapter 4. 9 Heavens Peng, are you really here? You are listening at Novel Full. Audio. De Co Lois Ara Trong Quatrin Lay Text. Chapter 5. Says you can move mountains, are you really here? You are listening at Novel Full. Audio. De Co Lois Ara Trong Quatrin Lay Text. Chapter 6. Ascending to the Yellow Robe. I envy you. You are listening at Novel Full. Audio. De Co Lois Ara Trong Quatrin Lay Text. Chapter 7. Who built a dormitory halfway up the mountain? Oh, me. You are listening at Novel Full. Audio. Zhang Yunfan's voice was firm and peaceful, but it seemed like he had dropped a big bomb in their ear. Are you serious? Become the Dragon and Tiger Mountain Yellow Robe directly. Some students who are truly interested in Taoism experience heavy breathing. Longhu Mountain is famous both domestically and internationally. Every year, countless practitioners come to exchange ideas, and there are also many who want to join. But Longhu Mountain is strict in accepting disciples. Naming is not difficult. To become the true Taoist of Longhu Mountain, one needs to put in some effort. Zhang Yunfan looked at the students with satisfaction as their eyes lit up, and he slightly curled his lips. We, Longhu Daofa University, hope to cultivate everyone's correct values. Taoism regards the core concepts of Dao, Wu, nature, and nature. His voice gradually became ethereal, faintly like the sound of the great road. The way of heaven is in action, and the way is natural. Harmony is precious, and knowledge and action are integrated. After speaking, Zhang Yunfan sincerely said, "Welcome everyone to join." Didi, speech task completed. At the end of the speech, Zhang Yunfan delivered a message to the Qingpao Taoist priests and brought the students back. After listening to the introduction in their minds, the students didn't feel bored at all, but became increasingly curious about this university. On the way back, several young people who had just met whispered to each other. "This university has a purple-robed heavenly master. It's amazing. My parents even asked me to repeat my studies. I'm not leaving here this year." "Ha ha ha, you said I'll work hard, can I fly with a sword?" As they spoke, they cast curious glances at the campus architecture. The students next to them all smiled heartily when they heard the discussion of a few people. They felt a faint excitement in their hearts, wishing that school would start tomorrow soon. This group of people is pondering their chosen major in their hearts. There are several second-year middle school boys who are still showing off their swords and reciting words in their mouths. The crowd passed through the areas where each college was located and quickly arrived at the foot of the towering Dragon and Tiger Mountain. They looked at the verdant mountains above their heads and opened their mouths one by one. The student in front inquired. "Taoist, are we going to climb the mountain?" Qingpao Daochang gave him a faint glance and nodded. "Your dormitory is halfway up the mountain, and a few poor people will take a step ahead." After speaking, several Taoist priests flashed into the forest and their figures quickly disappeared. There is only a narrow path near the dormitory that leads to the foot of the mountain. After all, in the mountains, there are no forks to prevent them from getting lost. Halfway up the mountain, a thin and frail girl screamed loudly. She has been in poor health since she was young, not to mention climbing mountains, she has only run long distances a few times. Looking at the seemingly endless mountain road in front of her, the girl almost fainted. Some students have already started climbing the mountain. They didn't walk many paths when they came, and now they still have a lot of stamina. Combined with the beautiful scenery nearby, no one complained at the beginning. Even some people leisurely stroll, treating it as a trip. Time passed slowly. The crowd had been climbing for an unknown amount of time, and several strong boys were leading the way. As they walked, they cleared the grass and trees blocking the way, making it easier for the students behind them. Even if they are in good health and have climbed the mountain for over half an hour, they are already exhausted and panting heavily. How much longer? A young man in front of the team blushed and his eyes were fixed. He reached out a hand on his shoulder. Seeing the mineral water handed over, the young man thanked and took a big sip. "If you persist, it will be the Longhu Mountain Heavenly Master's mansion above, and the dormitory will not be built too high." The water delivery person gasped for breath. During mountain climbing, there are still people who can complain. Going back, everyone closed their mouths and saved energy climbing the mountain. In this collective action, many touching scenes have emerged. Some people are physically weak and receive help from others, while others are strong and proactive in leading the way. After more than an hour. Later on, they even began to enjoy themselves in the midst of hardship. "Oh, I finally know why the school asked those strongmen to help carry their luggage. Don't talk, save energy. If I had known. I would have stuffed myself into the suitcase. Let him carry me up." As soon as these words were spoken, several students with tense faces couldn't help but laugh. After more than an hour, the exhausted crowd looked at the dormitory building in front of them and burst into tears of joy. They went to the assigned dormitory with their heads drooping. Zhao Yuchen was exhausted and wilted. He took his last breath, put things away, and threw himself onto the bed. "Brother, my name is Chen Yang, would you like to meet me?" Chen Yang usually pays attention to exercise and his condition is better than others. Others introduce themselves. "My name is Li Xiaozhou. I am Wu Lang. Zhao Yuchen sat up and greeted them before they started chatting. As we chatted, we began to talk about our respective college entrance exam scores. Wu Lang felt embarrassed and rubbed his head. I didn't do well in the exam, over 450. His grades just meet the passing line for a second-tier university. If it weren't for this university, he would have gone to a second-tier university. Chen Yang continued, I don't have much either, 503. A few people chatted and found that Chen Yang was the tallest. After a day of tinkering, they all lost the mood to play with their phones. Coincidentally, in the future, everyone will live in the same dormitory and take this opportunity to get to know each other well. Young people easily get to know each other, chatting and chatting. Roast that the dormitory was built too high, and I almost didn't insist on climbing the mountain. It is also said that parents have an attitude towards Longhushan University and their expectations for their respective majors. Unconsciously, it was time to turn off the lights at night. A few people lay in bed, their bodies relaxed, but their spirits became excited instead. What do you think of Longhushan University? I don't know who asked. Wu Lang looked at the snow-white ceiling and blurted out. It's a bit outrageous, it feels like a dream. Zhao Yuchen turned over and said with a smile, I feel like the school is very magical. I don't know what it will teach us, specifically. Let's see it tomorrow. I don't know, what are we going to learn? He was filled with strong curiosity, and if it weren't for prohibition, he would even want to venture into the teaching building in the middle of the night to gain a deeper understanding. The voices of the other people chatting gradually disappeared. Zhao Yuchen took out his phone. He didn't drop out of the high school class group before. Some people posted in the group, but he has already arrived at school. He clicked on the picture and found it to be a duplicate book. Subsequently, a few people also posted pictures. Looking at them one by one, either they were admitted to Tsinghua University or they were admitted to a good university. Some people with impetuous personalities are still showing off in the group. Do you know that when we arrived at school, the teacher specially assigned us a school bus? There were only a few dozen students in one bus. Hee, what the hell are you? I've seen schools all dumbfounded, so technologically advanced. It's like a future city-state. Don't talk, just boast. The person who got into the first tier was proud and said, brothers, there's a new foreign professor in our school. I heard they're going to teach us this year. It's amazing. After speaking, he began to make appointments. Are you from the same city? Come out and have a meal. Zhao Yuchen looked at the chaotic responses below and remembered his university. He doesn't know if his school is impressive or not, but he doesn't want to show off like this group of people. Forget it, let's talk about it tomorrow. The hazy drowsiness and daytime fatigue flooded into my mind. He put down his phone and went to sleep. Don't say anything about Chapter 8, read it to me. You are listening at Novel Full.audio. De Co Lois Ara Trong Quatrin Lay Text. Chapter 9. Red Meatballs, what is this? You are listening at Novel Full.audio. De Co Lois Ara Trong Quatrin Lay Text. Chapter 10. Branch. No, this is called exile. You are listening at Novel Full.audio. De Co Lois Ara Trong Quatrin Lay Text.